Karen, isn't he?
Yeah, very much so. And I don't, I mean, I'm not, so I don't know how that affects you actually at the table, pre-match, post-match. I don't know how that affects him as a person going out and playing. So, is it a good or bad thing? I don't know, basically.
Back we go to Dennis and Steve.
Yeah, both players had a pretty emotional roller coaster of a semi-final. Maybe there's a little bit of a reaction to that.
Very good point, Steve. Meanwhile, Ronnie sent a red over the corner pocket, and it's an early chance.
Of course, that's Stephen saying that perhaps he expected Ronnie O'Sullivan to win, maybe easy, but there's levels of expectation on Ronnie, and it's all about the expectation you put on yourself as well.
One. Five.
And once again, he's missed a pot into that right corner and has missed it to the left of the pocket. It was the previous shot that he played a little too hard. He had no intention of being on that red. Just went a bit too far, wanted the one there just to the right of the pink. But if Ronnie carries on like this, it's going to give a lot of confidence to his opponent. He's still looking at that cue action of his, and he's got it in the back of his mind that he's not cueing well. And psychologically, he's sending the wrong messages through to his brain. Brown may be blocking that red. Yep, you can see. So Ronnie's got the problem, if he plays back down the table, of covering it. Got to be precise with this. Now there's a possibility here that Kyron could pot this red and just nudge the red away from the black. He'll come round and have a look at that. And what a shot if he could pull it off. He can go round the back of it and up towards the ball colours, or even, let's see what he attempts. Well, didn't get close to the pot, but he might have got away with this. Left nothing easy. He can get on the black if he puts this in the middle. That's a terrific shot.
1.
Made that look very
8.
easy. It wasn't.
Nine.
Plant might come
16.
to the rescue. He played for the red 2 from the pink there. I think he might be able to squeeze this in. No, he hadn't worked it out there. He squeezed it away from the pocket.
Ronnie
He should have given that a
O'Sullivan,
little
16.
bit more thought. Had to hit it on the other side, to the side that he hit it. You could clearly see it was going to the left of the pocket, so he had to squeeze it the other way. Well, as you said, Steve, I think both semi-finals have taken quite a bit out of these two players here, and that haven't quite settled down just yet.
Yeah, it just feels like a little bit of an anticlimax at the moment. It's sort of the times when you've got to be pretty strong with your character and dig even deeper. Fight through the bad periods.
Following him is Karen Woodson, 4. Yeah. Just bring that back, please, for me, Paul.
The poor standard, as you would expect, seeming to affect Ronnie O'Sullivan more than Kyron. Kyron would be delighted with 4-all here, I think.
Is it this way? But yeah. Yep.
I'm just wondering if that line's available to him to get to the 2 reds. Useful little flick, almost snookered him on all the reds, but I think you can see this one to the right, yeah. No way back down the table, so just a containing safety. that was the best Ronnie could do, because he was frightened of sending the red into the green there. Let's see if Karen can play a more telling safety without pushing a red over the left corner. This is excellent. Look at his safety success rate at 86%.
One.
One good positional shot here, and he'd have a great chance. Think he might just be okay.
4. Five.
He's got them where he wants them now. He seems reluctant to pot the red in the right corner and cannon the red to the left of the black. He'd prefer to do it without having to play a cannon, but he may have to here. No, didn't want to risk that for some reason. I mean, the red's available, so he was taking that element, a risk, out of play there.
May need 2 of these 6 reds on the top cushion to win the frame.
90. $24. 25. 32. 33. $40. $41.
Got to hit this shot correctly. So easy to get a double kiss and finish on nothing here. Hasn't worked out.
48.
Just awkward the way they were sitting.
Bit unlucky that. Just got a nudge from that red. Just at the end. You'd have been on the red into the left corner had it not been for that. Is it end of break? It's a risky red. Just that nudge there, just pushed it across the table a bit more. He only needs one more red, doesn't he? The temptation is to go for it, but how often does your opponent make a counter-attack these days?
Yeah, he's got an easy safety shot off the loose red, but he wants to just flick this one into a more awkward position. Because at the moment, they're all available, but this one little shot will tie a couple of them up. That's why he's not playing down off the red there in between the pink and black. Pretty good cue ball.
Sullivan.
And he
48.
sent one other red into an awkward spot.
Thanks.
Is he thinking about taking this very difficult pot on? A little shake of the head tells you he doesn't like that idea. He also doesn't want to knock the red onto the black and knock it safe while trying to get back down the table. And in the end,
Foul.
tried to play a very thin snick and
Ronnie
missed
Sullivan.
it completely.
One.
Because of those 4 penalty points, Ronnie just needed the red to put himself 60 in front with just 59 remaining.
Ronnie Sullivan, 1.
One snooker needed. And Ronnie should have had Kyron in behind the green there.
Frame conceded. Frame Ronnie
Yeah, in
O'Sullivan.
fact, he concedes after pushing the red over the pocket. So it was the earlier break of 48 that paved the way for Ronnie O'Sullivan to win the frame, and he's back 2 frames in front at 4 frames to 2.
Well, throughout this championship, Ken and Stephen, Ronnie's been at pains to tell us how relaxed he is and why he's worried about his cue action and wondering where he can buy one from. But also he's been talking about playing the match with a little bit of freedom as well. Are you seeing that in this final?
Yeah, but he hasn't really got off to his usual high standards. There's some little evidence when he gets in amongst the balls. I mean, he's still got that wonderful touch and he can, fire off a quick frame very quickly. But it's a long ball game, which sort of is more concerned to him. Now, he did put a good long red in this particular break. But these aren't the reds that Ronnie is more concerned about. Even though he's pretty good at this, it's sort of a shot to nothing, basically, as we call the cue balls going back up the block. The reds, the long reds that he's more concerned about are the long straight ones that get you in straight for the black. And they're the ones you'll see him messing with, it, like he's dropping his shoulder or he's coming across the ball. I think they're the ones that he's more concerned with.
Stephen?
Yeah, I'm just generally, it's a very subdued start to this final. It doesn't feel like a world final. There's no spark from any player, which is very strange. I mean, Ronnie's just kind of going through the motions.